Right, so guys, just how to plaster a wall. I'm going to show you how I plastered this wall, going through all the steps from PVAing the wall and giving this a couple PVA is probably the most important thing, but also the difference of suction and obviously the difference of certain different types of PVAs and that. And then I'll jump straight into first coating the wall, and then to second coating the wall, and then to first trowel, second trowel, third trowel, and I'll show you a quick demo of the two ways you can polish the wall as well if you want to. It's not really necessary as long as the wall's completely free of holes and dirty watermarks. So enjoy the video, guys. Right, so guys, how to plaster a wall. I've already PVA'd the wall, wet down my board, mixed my stuff, and just a quick note on the PVA, guys. You can stand to the side, make sure you get it all covered, and there's not much point in telling you his ratios, as you can see that's quite thick. It's be thicker than milk actually, and there's not too much talking about ratios unless you're talking about the background and the PVA itself. So I'm going to leave it at that, guys, and whatever PVA you use, make sure you read the back of the bottle and take it from there. But you can see, make sure you get the whole area covered, and in this case that's 2 coats done. Right. Guys, it's a good idea to wet down your tools and just prime them so that the plaster won't drag anything on the tools and set too quickly. I use a board. I think it's handier than bending down for a scooper all the time, but if you don't have a board you can use a scooper, and I always work from left to right top and then left to right bottom. So get it on your hot, guys, put it on as neat. First coat, you'll always 2 coat the plaster, but get it on as neat as possible. Guys, just wee bits at a time, about a quarter of the hog each time, full, and as neat and flat as you can put it on from the word go will make everything all easier. Bear in mind, guys, that you only have about 30 minutes from the stuff's mixed to apply the plaster before it starts getting too unworkable. So I would do that whole way along the top, guys, and then I would come up from the bottom, go as low as you can. If the ground's really clean, you can go tight to the ground, but stay a couple inches up so you won't drag any dirt up. So guys, that's how you first coat, and it only goes on about a mil and a half thick. So it really is a skim coat. And this coat here is called a scratch coat, or a first coat. So I think you're getting the idea of the first coat, and I'll come back and do the second coat for you and show you that. Right, so guys, just have a new blast mixed up here, ready for the second coat. And if you have any really high lines, guys, you might want to flat them in first. Beforehand, but second coating's about time. This is just starting to pick up a wee bit now, but you also, if you're only doing one wall, you could second coat it with the same stuff, but I would recommend, if you're really starting out, guys, that you mix another batch up the second coat it. And again, this coat's only about a mil thick, so it is. And from the word go, you want to get it on really flat, smooth and straight away. Obviously you're going to come back later and trowel all the lines out, but the less lines you leave now, the easier the next coat's going to become. So guys, just go and cover every area again. Take the lines with you, fill in any holes and dips. When you come across the top, guys, try important to go that way and that way. So you keep your angle really straight there, and you're not curving it. So guys, that's basically, again, I'll go right along the top and then come to the bottom and work a line up, and then just pull your angle out. And guys, again, there's not much point in talking about timings, as the different suctions in the walls will create you have to hit the trowel wall earlier, but I'll come back and show you all the next stages of troweling up. Right, so guys, now to get your second coat all on, you should already wash your bucket and drill, everything, your hawk, and whatever tools your trowel, wash your trowel for this next trowel. So that's a good time to do that. So now guys, you want to keep your trowel flat on your first trowel, and you want it to take it up a wee bit, because obviously this is a hard tool, so if it starts sliding or anything, you're too early. You don't want it to be moving around, you want it to be taken to the wall a wee bit. But so guys, basically you don't need much water for this section. Maybe just clean your angles with plenty of water and just a wee splash. And again, I work from left to right, all the way along the top and then along the bottom. So what you want to do, guys, is clean the back of your trowel, clean the angle. I have a video of cleaning angles and I'll put a link to that. It's got quite a bit of detail on it. So basically, guys, any wee bits in it now, get them out. The wall doesn't have to be 100% perfectly troweled flat and without lines right now, but I do advise getting the wall to the right sort of level straight away as early as possible, so that your next trowel again is even easier. Again, guys, just keep on working in the angles in, go both ways. Like I showed just how you coat it, fill in any holes and gaps, especially at the angles, guys, is really important. That's the hard part. So, and with a flat trowel, keep your line to the back, any excess. Shouldn't really be taking any stuff off, guys. That's not what this trowel's about. You're not wanting to take any stuff off. You're just moving them around into any hollows. So this wall's obviously a bit longer, but for the demo sake, what I do then is I pull the corner out, pick out any hairs or bits of brush that comes off, and I you guys pull the corner right out. You can see I'm already using any wire here, very little wire. And again, guys, get it low to the ground. Trowel up your corner as well, guys. Right, so guys, after you've done all your cleaning up, maybe time to get yourself a clean bucket of water and put in your second trowel now. Again, it's just, everything's pretty much the same, guys. It's repetition. So again, I just start from the top, come up my way across and then down. guys, the temperature of the day, it's quite warm today, so the temperature will have an effect on how quickly your plaster sets off. So you have to bear that in mind when you're plastering. So you don't only just have suction making your plaster set, but you've also got the atmosphere speeding it up or slowing it down if it's cold. That's it guys, this stage we're going to get pretty much everything finished and filled in. There will be another trowel over the top, but don't leave any trowel marks on the wall or any holes or dips or any blemishes. Get them all out now. And again, I have plastering videos of how to mix and how to clean your angles, guys. Always taking it from left to right and away, taking the dirty stuff away from you. So be sure to check them out, guys. That will help us out further. Basically, guys, you're just, I'll give you a whole shot of this whole thing here. I'll go right along here. Quickly as I can. You'll probably need a bit more water, guys, and you'll need to open up the angle of your trowel a bit more for a sharper cut as the plaster's setting. You might need a wee bit more pressure on my wall here. It's not too bad. So it's not. The trowel I'm using here, it's a tie jack and it's ready to go. So I would maybe recommend, guys, just get, if you're going to do a bit of plastering, just get a pre-worn in trowel just to try and help stop any ribbon effects, tambourines, or cut down on the lines. So what we're going to leave behind. So not only, guys, am I turning my trowel out a bit more from the wall that way, I'm also, after I come off there, I'll also aim it so that any stuff is left towards the back of the trowel, so I can pick it up later on. And again, guys, like I said on the previous trowel, this isn't a matter of trying to take plaster off unless there's a high point, obviously, but you're just moving it around, filling in any blemishes, cleaning up any rings, taking them away, and just basically you're working on the wall, guys. Bottom here, guys. As you can see, I'm pretty much right down to the floor. Again, guys, it doesn't take loads and loads of water. All your timing's right, guys. You'll get it. You can hear it. You can hear that the wall is drying a bit more. That's a bit of resistance now, you see. So just carry on, guys. Try and keep all your angles clean, guys, even though this wall is getting plastered as well, but try and keep it clean so when you're coming over, it's nice and neat. So you can see I've turned the trowel at an angle and I turn it. As I get higher, I turn it, guys. Don't worry about overlapping an area you've already done. It makes no difference. In fact, it's probably good to do that. hurt it whatsoever. You bit of water at the bottom, guys. Don't let the water hit the floor. Take it up. Take it up and turn it out. Take it up and turn it out. Don't really want the water going all over the floor, guys, so just wee amounts of water. Use a brush or a spray gun, it doesn't really matter, but again, I recommend using a brush, guys, so you can help clean your pools and clean the angles down. That brush there, actually that's a refiner brush, and it holds the water quite well. It's one dip and it was able to do the whole bottom half of this wall. So guys, that's the bottom half done, and once you come to the corner, you're obviously going to want to put less water on and start just taking it out and start forcing the water and that down to the bottom. Any fat that's coming off shouldn't be that much at this stage, so we put it back into the holes. And that hole, guys, that's just a socket. I'll clean it out at the end. Make sure they're well filled in. If you start working around that, these guys, make sure that it's safe. Make sure the power's off and they're well taped up. Just look after yourself, guys, because not many other people will look after you. You have to look after yourself, guys. Make sure that gets turned off in the lanes after you mix, so that you're safe. You're working with wet plaster and brick. So, guys, that's the second trowel done, and I'll come back and show you guys the third and pretty much the final trowel, but I'll show you a fourth trowel, a dry trowel as well, just to give a wee bit of shine. Right, so guys, with clean water for your last trowel, do not need too much water again. Always trying to use as little water as possible. Finishing, start again left to right. Guys, normally we just use a normal steel trowel, but I prefer to use a refiner Superflex recently, as it takes a lot of the stress out of the wrist, the joint. So you find if you're plastering for 8 hours a day every day for half your life, you'll maybe want to make life a bit easier. But so you can do this. You don't need a flexible trowel. You can do this with a normal trowel. But again, guys, left to right. Just clean your angle as you go. Mine's pretty clean because I've been doing it every stage. So, trowel down, guys. Make sure you fill in every little hole, every little mark. This. Okay, so once you get your top section done, moving on all the way over the corner, just like I showed you. It's pretty much the exact same as the second trowel, only it's obviously more important. You can't leave any holes at this stage because this is your final trowel, final wet trowel here. Guys, that's pretty much it. Let's continue on. Going left to right. Again, pick out any hairs that stretch your wall. Fill them in. So left to right along the top, and then come to your bottom and get your bottom done. I'll just show you that quickly. Chase your water away. Clean your angles. be trying to put more of a cut on the wall now, so you'll be opening up the trowel even further. And you can see it goes not too much water. If you hear it going like that, you'll need more water. Again guys, just to show, it can't be done just with a normal steel trowel. You don't need, I'm putting a lot more pressure in there, but you don't need to have a flexible trowel. You can't do it with a normal trowel. Normal steel trowel. Very important to get everything completely flat, filled in, no holes, no watermarks. Always turn your trowels so your watermarks will come the other side and you're chasing over the corner. There's actually two ways to dry a trowel wall, and one is, I'm going to show you here, I'll show you the next one after, but they're both pretty much the same. But this one here, just as the wall's setting, as you can see, you can still give it another water trowel, whatever, I get the three as you know, but just as it's setting, you can get a nice clean trowel on the edge and just flatten it all sort of in. Just rub the trowel over. You don't have to make it big. You don't have to have the trowel right open. You have it sort of flat. So you're just shining the wall. Just give it a polish. If you're walking across the way you've been troweling, it will give it a really good shine. I'm not trying to achieve a shine and just cover the whole wall like that, guys. I'm not trying to achieve a shine, but this will give it a nice wee shine. And the other one would be the other way, guys. That'll go completely brown, fully set, and the dry trowel here. And that's it, guys. Have a good angle on your trowel. Get a good cut. But that's where it's done.